Hello, darklings, lightlings, everyone in between, and of course my hybrids. Okay, Floki says hi. Say hi, Floki. Say hi. Well, can I record? Can I record? Don't let them know, please. I love you. I love you. I do. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Today we're doing a witch tag. So this was created by Ravenflower, I believe. And I was tagged by Rachele from Amethyst Ascension. So I will happily oblige. I guess it's a tag about your witchy path. Yeah, so let's do it. Alrighty, I really enjoyed how Rachele shared some of her new decks while she answered her questions, so I think I'm going to do the same because she actually gifted me a couple new ones that I've been wanting to share with you guys. And this is one of them, the Night Sun Tarot. I absolutely love this deck, man. I've been working with it a lot recently, and I absolutely love the artwork. Yes, they are beautiful. Alright, so I'm going to answer the questions as I show you these cards. Alright, so the first one is New Year's resolution. Do you believe in them? Yeah, I believe in any intention that one would set for themselves, like in any case, kind of like our spell work. However, I do believe you have to put the work into that intent, right? Just like when we do things in our craft. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, the next one is why or why not, pertaining to the first question. I think I also answered that in my first answer, so. And the next one. Sorry if it's a little shaky, guys. Got my puppy on the bed and I'm trying to hold my phone as steady as I can. Let me show you that a little bit better there. Love that. So the next one is, what is your favorite color? Neon green and black. And the next question, does your favorite color hold emotional or magical meaning for you? You know what? I guess black does and kind of always has, especially when I was younger. I was goth for most of my life, still am, you know, at heart. That tower is really nice. I love that. Anyway, I felt like black kind of guarded me from the outside as well as expressed myself from within. How I saw the world, how I viewed things from my point of view, and always found beauty within black. As well as, I mean, it also kind of equates or references to darkness or dark things, and I find the night sky so much more beautiful than I do the day. And I don't know if you can make sense of that and understand that yourself. Yeah, so the next question is use of substances for divination or meditation. Well, I guess when I was younger, in my path, or when my path was younger, I should say, I did use things like sight oil on my third eye or flying oil while trying to astral. Things like that. I still do use herbs and incenses that I burn while doing my work, but I don't use the oils as much anymore. It took me a while to train myself to do it myself without using those things, and my confidence is better with it now. However, for the odd time, I do like a bit of marijuana when I meditate. uh, yeah. So, but honestly, I can kind of take it or leave it when it comes to the marijuana thing. It helps me focus more and relaxes me quicker. But, oh God, look at that. This is why I love this deck. But, you know, I'm more the type that likes to exercise my practices myself so I can better control and manifest it when I'm ready to work more so than relying on a substance. Now, in the future, I do plan on trying like ayahuasca, things like that for spiritual purposes. But as of right now, I don't use anything else. I have tried LSD once for spiritual reasons, and that was a very interesting experience. Maybe I'll have to do a video if you're interested in hearing about that, about my experience with that. I can't believe I admitted that. Anyway, yeah, don't judge me. Favorite part of your practice is the next one. So I would have to say experiencing reality differently than the status quo would be my favorite part of my practice as of late. I do acknowledge that that can seem like insanity to some, but there's a method to my madness, and I don't view it that way. Yeah, the adrenaline and the experience I have during like evocation of certain entities, spirits, or energies that give me access to other realms and other existences of things would have to be my favorite part or experiences in my craft. There's no feeling like it. The power that surges through me during those times, connections, encounters, it there's no other feeling. It's very addictive, I guess, is what I was trying to say, and very intimate um, on a whole different level. And also, it feeds the knowledge slut in me. Like some of the information I gain off these entities is what makes me feel powerful. Being in the know of something I didn't know before. Sorry about all that noise. My son came in the front door there and he's going through some things, helping my brother with some mechanicking. So you might hear some tools and stuff in the background. Anyway, also dream work. Currently, like astraling, trying to teach my oldest son how to do it. And you know, he's really more of a natural than I was. It took me a while to learn, but it kind of comes to him a bit more naturally. So I'm a bit envious of that with him. But these are all the things that I particularly enjoy, that are my favorite parts of my practice. And it all roots and stems into the knowledge, which they say knowledge is power, and I definitely feel that is the case when I work with other realms, other entities. That is just gorgeous. Oh. All right, so the next question is the least favorite part of my practice. Well, I guess knowledge and learning them from certain spirits, realms, entities, however you want to look at it. The double edge to that, or the flip side, would be once you know things, you can't unknow them. Once you delve into some of these path workings or these practices, you may find things that you could have done without knowing, if that makes sense. And you just kind of have to accept it about reality or uh, the world, or I mean, it's a vast variety of different things that could mean. So that would definitely be one. And probably obtaining hard to get ingredients and cleaning up after rituals, and waiting for like the right moon, day, hour, etc. I'm a very impatient person. Um, so that's probably the least favorite part of my practice. The next one is, how do I feel my practice has grown over time? Okay, well, definitely, I'm definitely not where I started. So let's start with when I was around 14. Okay, started with Wicca and books, and the usual spells we kind of start out with, especially at a young age, if you're dabbling and whatnot. Money spells, love spells, just playing around. And by 1920-ish, after seeing like magic working for me in my practice and what I was doing, I love that. And having so many experiences with the dead, it started turning my interest toward things like necromancy, um, as well. Like it kind of went from Wicca to, how can I find out what else exists? What else is out there? What am I really capable of? How far does this go? If that makes sense. If I turn that one around, hold on. I cannot have them all turned like that. Yeah. Anyway, that's cool. So I became kind of eclectic, studying things like Aleister Crowley, going from that to like lucid dreaming, astral projection, which I told you was unsuccessful for a long time. Meditation, studying various pantheons, folk magic, everything I could like get my hands on. I devoured for a long time and really wanted to master dream work and such. Well, by 25-ish, I would say, rituals and invocations with angels, deities, spirits, summoning, seances, those things kind of grasped my focus there for a while. And as I began mastering this, probably about 28-ish, I mastered dream work, elemental magic, ceremonial, various spellcrafts, uh, and let whatever basically called to my interest lead me more and deeper into the occult in my practice. So, as I went along with these things, it became my obsession in a way. And by this point, I'd met my incubus, had my first encounter, and also seen my first demon approach me, Beelzebub, in my kitchen. And since then, I've been learning, uh, the left hand path, delving into working with these entities along with uh, others. So, up to now, I feel pretty accomplished and confident in my experiences in my practice. Oh my god, yes. Anyway, I just love this deck so much. So now, as of late, I lean more toward like Luciferian Norse stuff, and I'm never done learning. It's never ending, but I feel really blessed to have come as far as I have and to have had the experiences in my journey that I've had. Now I pretty much believe anything is possible because of the occult in my practice and these experiences. I believe the world is stranger than fiction, reality, all of that stuff. And all of it ultimately led me to experiences with higher and interdimensional beings, and causing me to really question who the gods are, who aliens are. I know that's an odd concept to some people, but in my own practice, it's led me to find that these are ultimately just higher dimensional beings that are very powerful and live in other realities, realms, or other existences, and we can tap into and have contact with them. That is what a lot of pantheons and pagans believed in history, and I've come to believe it as well. I just love that cage over the. It's beautiful, beautiful. The next question is there a show or a movie that inspires my path? I wouldn't really say there's one that inspires my path or my own practice, per se, but one that does inspire me as a witch and knowing our history is Salem. I love the thought or idea that witches would take things into their own hands to fight back against their oppressors. Next is, do you have a familiar? I have a servitor that helps aid me in some of my things. And I do have some spirit familiars. Yes, I do. More astral beings. And my pup, I think, I consider him my guardian. Um, Lately, he'll bark at things that none of us in the house can really see until I open up and I realize, hey, there's something there, good boy for letting me know, because I've been closed off since all the recent deaths. I just don't wish to go there quite yet. I'm not ready to go back, but every now and again I will open up. I'm slowly easing back into the 1 foot in the spirit door, and I think I'm just afraid of what I might see. But yeah, so he's my little guardian, and interestingly enough, just the other day he was barking at my mirrors in my corner, which he barks at the mirror a lot, so I take that with a grain of salt, but also barks like in the corners and stuff. And I kind of sense like some negative energy there, and I feel like it's kind of sent by something or manifested somewhere. And yeah, so I consider him like just my little guard, like Cerberus. Yes. The next one is, would you recommend any YouTube channels? Well, I have a lot I would recommend, but some right offhand is, of course, Amethyst Ascension. Um, her creativity is amazing, and she makes her craft into an art. And she does it in a very entertaining and creative way. She's so organized and beautiful with the way she thinks about every detail in her craft and her workings. And plus a lot of things she creates, like the journals and other things on there that she shows, are wonderful. Anyone who goes to her channel will definitely appreciate it. I'm more, chaos, and she's order. It's beautiful. I admire it. And then I would say Ladyknight of Avalon. She is a wonderful tarot reader. She amazes me the way she reads. And I really enjoy her content there. And when it comes to tarot, and Astariasen Summer, if you're interested in fae and art, that would be a great channel for you to check out. And she's just a happy, bubbly person. Her videos usually, make my dark heart feel something. So, yes. And then we have Adore Lovecraft, so I love this deck as well. I'll share it as we get on to the next questions. I love the sides and how the cards, they're kind of glittery. Don't know if you can really see that in this camera, and my hair is all over it, sorry. It's longer now, guys. It gets everywhere. All right, and something you do daily for your mental, emotional, or spiritual health or well-being in your practice. Sorry. Well, one thing here, I'll show you this. I keep a little journal here. I write my dreams in it. I write what I do for the day. Like this thing tracks my meditation, my moods, the water I drink, and I come over and chart it all in here. And then like the acts of self-care, acts of kindness I did, lessons learned for the day, what I'm grateful for, daily information. It asks for enchants, like daily ends. So I got it at Walmart, and really it's kind of been useful in my practice and path. So I do that. Sorry if y'all see like my dog's bowls over there and the little mess he made with his toys. Whatever. Anyway, I also sage every day. And I do some enchants for usually connecting to Inky or Odin or Lucifer, which in my opinion, they're kind of the same energy. So I just ask for strength from that energy for the day. And every night I've been spending time under the stars. It's very calming, very emotional for me because I meditate under them. I hail my ancestors, the beings, the Asir, the Veneer, the Infernal, above and below, all that good stuff, and the spirits of the land. Love it. So those are just things I kind of do for myself, my own well-being that makes me feel good or better mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So something in my practice that I used to see as an obstacle but now see as a blessing is the next one. Sorry, I hit my phone. Well, I'd have to say astral world exploring. Yes. Oh my gosh, it was such a pain, a headache for me to learn. I think it took me about 8 years, like to learn how to lucid, astral, and then eventually dream walk. That was the hardest, into somebody else's dream realm, but worth it. Oh my gosh. I'm fascinated by the astral, by other realms, by other people's psyches and their dreams, and I love to explore them and visit. I love creating my own worlds in the astral realm. I love manifesting. I love it all. The tower cards are so interesting. Wonder if they kind of got inspiration from Babylon or something there. I guess also you could say that kind of has to do with dreaming and astraling is my incubi. I used to fear with the first like encounter to fear the experiences with them, but it really helped later with my Kundalini awakening and practice of sexual rites and such. And overall, a great experience from the entity itself. And I learned to kind of let go of that fear and work with it and kind of try to control it in some way, in a give or take relationship there. And initial fear while working with the dark side, I have to say, fear was a big obstacle. And now I feel blessed to have overcome that fear and obstacle, because what I got out of it when I let go of the fear was completely worth it. The next question is, which do you prefer, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok? I'm gonna go with YouTube. Instagram and Facebook bore the hell out of me. I mean, I might go on for a few memes that I can laugh at and share, but besides that, it's really freaking boring. And TikTok can be entertaining, but I don't know, it doesn't really feed the soul like YouTube does it. So The next one, what do you feel is missing from our community? I don't know if I should answer this honestly, but I'm going to. All right, since you asked. Anyway, so I hate seeing the community fight, honestly, over stupid things or things that I deem unnecessarily. How can I say this? You can disagree with somebody and it doesn't mean you hate them. You know, it goes both ways. But some of their reactions to me can be over the top and toxic and degrading to our fellow community members. And I've seen people just pop off and pick people apart for things, you know. I mean, opening a conversation for it's one thing, and expressing your opinion for it. Everyone has the right to do that, especially if it's public. But I just feel like there's a line we shouldn't cross when it comes to seriously degrading or shaming or picking someone apart over something that is somewhat trivial, you know. Of course, there are some other lines there or exceptions to that, but I don't know. I guess I feel like there's so much more we could put our energy towards together versus pitted at one another. Like, for example, I've seen people that work with the same deities and they have different experiences. So one's called a liar and one's above the other, and you know, it's ridiculous to me because you most certainly can have a different experience, you know. Could we just lead with a bit more compassion versus ego, I guess, is what I'm trying to say here. And that doesn't mean everybody in the community, of course. This is there's just some that I've seen that bothers me. Besides that, man, I love the community, and yeah. So 16 or 17, one of them. The next question, how much space do you use for supplies and spell work? Well, since I moved back to the States from Ireland, I had to leave a lot of my stuff back there that my fiance is keeping safe for me. But here, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drawers and a few altars. I mean, kind of my whole room is my magical space. So mostly full of like oils, herbs, incense, crystals, moss, sticks, just different things I might need. I kind of collect them as I go. I'm not really one to just hoard besides the basics, because I never really know what I'm doing till I want to do it, and then I really like foraging and collecting. It feels better to me and more accomplished than hoarding, if that makes any sense. All right, and the next one. How many altars are in your home? Oh, well, this one is all the things I have on my ancestor altar, besides a few offerings. I have a lot of recent family members that passed in this Hecate thing. It's just beautiful, and I asked Hecate to kind of guide them with their light where they need to go. Put some offerings, and it's kind of just my own place to see my loved ones, to speak with them, to still spoil them with offerings and things that they loved. So yeah, I got my ancestor one, and then I have one dedicated to Inky or Lucifer, with some dragons and stuff on it, a few trinkets and whatnot, pictures, and Hecate's the feminine side of that for me, or Lilith. I don't think they're the same, you know what I mean, energy, Hecate and Lilith, but they're just more of the feminine, dark ones that I vibe with. So I have certain areas on my altar for them too, and then the masculine, like Inky and Lucifer, I consider the same energy and kind of Odin-ish. So yeah. And outside, we are building some gardens, and we're going to, my kids are carving some Norse pantheon gods for the garden, kind of building a little temple, and to ask them to bless our gardens and such. So I can't wait for that. I'll show you guys once we finish that. The next question is your favorite Sabbat. Of course, Samhain. I mean, duh. But, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Samhain. I love that time of year. I love the feeling when that veil thins and you feel it all over you, that surge and the smell in the air, and you just know there's a shift in the atmosphere around that time of year. Always felt this since I was a kid, and I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but there is like a certain scent around Samhain. I don't know if I'm crazy or if anyone else gets that scent. It could be like autumny, but also it's just it's distinct. I don't know how to explain it. And it's a really comfortable time of year for me, a really open time of year. I feel it to my core with death spirits, death magic, honoring, rituals, necromancy, all kinds of stuff you can vibe with during that time. Not to mention getting out with the old and with the new, which is New Year, the season of the witch. I mean, it's our time. I mean, kind of all year is, but I don't know. And plus, Halloween was always my favorite holiday anyway. It was the one night of the year where I felt like I could wear things and not get judged for it with things I wanted to wear all year long. I mean, why can't we just do that, right? Can't we just like cosplay or wear costumes or whatever we want all year round without getting shit for it? Anyway. And then my other favorite one, of course, is Yule or Yule. The Return of Odin. Yes. I love celebrating that time of year. Not really a Christmassy person, but the whole Wheel of the Year, Yule, the pagan traditions of it, I do enjoy. I always do this thing every year where we light a fire for it. We try to make a little wheel, burn it with the kids, and we do little wishes we put on our log, the kids and I, for the next year, and we burn it as well and honor the ancestors and such, and Odin and Scaldi. Oh, it's upside down. Yeah, so. Oh, yeah. I love those. Next question is tarot, runes, oracle, or pendulums. I'd have to say my favorite out of all of them, equally the pendulum and the runes. I use the runes a lot for magical and spell things, a bit more so than I do for divination. Although, sorry, my hair is getting everywhere. It's so long now, guys. And it sheds like crazy from the lupus. But that's cool. Reminds me of the black sun. Anyway. Yeah, but I do use them for divination. And of course, I love tarot. Honestly, my least favorite is oracle. But I use a lot of different divination methods. And I don't like really have a specific favorite, I guess. Oh, I love that one. But I guess I would say the runes and tarot and pendulum I like equally, and the oracle a bit less. And the next question is, are you out of the broom closet? And my answer is yes, unapologetically. And the last one. Who am I tagging for this? I tag you, the one watching this. Yeah, you. Do it. I'll watch it. Comment, let me know. Many beautiful and dark infernal blessings to you all. I'll see you soon.